Hey teachers, we now have access to great resources through discoveryeducation.com. This quick tutorial is going to show you how to get to them and how you can use them with your students. You're going to start by going to discoveryeducation.com. I would go ahead and bookmark it because I imagine you're going to be using it quite a bit. After that, you're going to click Login in the upper right-hand corner, and you're going to log in with your Google account. So if I scroll down, it says Sign in with Google. I'm going to choose my @jeffcoschools.us account, and I'm going to go ahead and log in to Discovery Education. Your educator dashboard is split up into 3 sections. The first section is Discover. It's how you can search the resources available through Discovery Education, like articles, videos, images, and primary sources. The second section is how you can use this as a teacher, so you can star your favorite content so you can get back to it later. You can use the studio to create multimedia text sets for students so they can access multiple resources at once. And the last one is you can set up classrooms within Discovery Education. And our last part of our dashboard is how you can grow as a professional. So it has information about instructional strategies when using Discovery educational content, professional learning opportunities for teachers, and then a network of teachers using this tool. So a lot of my searching with Discovery Education has been in this Discover tab, but all of these are awesome for teachers. So let's talk about this Discover area. You can see what's trending on Discovery Education, but I like to search by subject so I can get deeper into my content. Now it's going to send me to a page where it has different topics within my subject. You can also see that it's defaulting to grades 6 through 8. That was set in my profile settings when I first made my Discovery Education account, when I first logged in. It asked me what topic I taught and what grades I taught. So it'll always default to that area. But if I wanted to differentiate for higher students, I could click 9 through 12, or if I wanted to differentiate for some struggling readers, I might click lower at a K through 5 level. So you can access any of their content. It'll just default to what you say are the grades that you teach. So now that I'm in here, I could click on civics, and I can see what topics and articles and videos are available to me. If you know specifically the topic that you're teaching and want resources on, you might consider using the search option instead, which is up here in the top right-hand corner. So if I click search, I can then type what resources I'm looking for up here in the search bar. So if I am teaching the Constitution, I'm going to search up the Constitution. Now it's simply a matter of refining your search. So the first thing I would do is set it through grades 6 through 8. If you look over here on the left-hand side, you're able to filter it more. You might look for primary sources, Lexile level, language, or the years that it's coming from. Here you also can look at specifically videos, images, text, and boards, which are those multimedia text sets that I talked about earlier. So let's say I am looking for a video on the Constitution for grades 6 through 8. I can click on video, and here we have lots of different options here. From full videos, I can see how long they are. I can read more about them. So if I click into one of them, this is the Constitution and Constitution Day, you can see that I have a transcript. I have access to a teacher's guide. I can look up curriculum standards. I can look at each of the chapters in that video, so I don't need to show the whole video, and I can see related content. There's something also that I love, and this is for teachers that want to upload this to their Google Classroom. So if that's you, you can click on Share, Classroom, and then it's going to ask you for the classes that you have. So let's say I want to share it with this one. And then choose action. I can make it a material. I can make it an assignment. I can ask a question about it. And so on and so forth. Now, I can't seem to figure out how to assign multiple classes at once within Discovery Education. But take a look. If you can figure it out, let me know. Or perhaps Discovery Education will update that over time. So right now, you're going to have to do each class individually as far as I can see. These are just the basics on what you need to get started using Discovery Education in your classroom. We're just scratching the surface of what Discovery Education has to offer, but at least this will get you started with using these videos, articles, primary sources, all these great tools with your students. I'm Emily Nikoloff, your digital teacher librarian. Let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for watching.